Good afternoon. Welcome to the Noon Show. My name's Jordan Malik, and I'll be your host for today's show. And we have a very special guest today, so do not press that button. Now, if you happen to be someone other than my mother or a member of the club who happened to click on this video by accident, here's a quick get to know me. I'm a junior television and film major with a minor in creative writing, and I'm from the South Jersey Camden area. When I'm not harping on my Philly pride, I'm spending time with this club. This semester with WRED-TV has been amazing and full of fond memories, great moments. However, most of the semester has been a mess and full of emotional breakdowns. But that's enough about me. We have a great show today for you this afternoon, and we'll be honoring the most iconic member of WRED-TV with a look at his career and accomplishments and his plans after retiring from St. John's. Oh, and of course we have some cheesy talk show games planned too. Well, let's bring in our guest of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend, who still doesn't know my name, Ozzy Alfonso.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Why iconic? What does that mean?
Do
I have a thing in my head and I stand like that? Or
it kind of means that you are just everything you are such a great role model for this club and everything that this club stands for. You are a true symbol of WRED-TV.
That's fantastic.
So how are you feeling today, Ozzy?
Okay.
You feeling comfortable? You good?
Oh yeah, as comfortable as you can feel underneath the lights and sitting here.
I'm not getting nervous though. I know this is
no,
such a big stage for you.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, so I've gotten to know you pretty well over the course of these past 2.5 years.
Guess what do you think?
But for those that don't know where you started off in the business, tell them a little bit about yourself and about your educational background.
Oh, really? From the very start?
Yes.
I was born in a small town. I mean, is that where you want to go?
Oh, yeah, let's start there.
Well, I was born in a small town outside of Havana in Cuba. You know, that's where I was from. And then I came here when I was 10 years old because of dictatorships, you know, gnawing away at your existence. And the first thing my father told me when I came here is, do not hang around with anyone who speaks Spanish, only English. And I didn't speak a word of English. And of course, I hung around with only kids who spoke English. God knows what I was saying to them, but then I went to school, and then I went to high school, and photography had been my hobby since I was 9 years old. And then in high school, I joined the photography club. I was not bad in track, but I hated sports. So, excuse me, this is St. John's University. I don't want to, you know, but anyway. And then I became the photographer for the school paper, and then one thing led to the other. I went to college. I went to Fordham. And I soon joined the theater department. I began to act as an actor. Then I realized that I liked directing more than acting. I began directing, and then I joined the radio station at WFUV, 90.7 megahertz FM. There I first was an announcer, and then I began to do my own show. At first it was 1 hour every Saturday afternoon. And after that, it went to 3 hours every Saturday night from 10 to 1 o'clock in the morning. Out of the Silence with Ozzy Alfonso. Hello, friend. You know, that was how it would open the show. And what I say today is that everything I know about TV, I learned in the radio, because that's where you really learn how to do everything. So from there, I went to graduate school at Brooklyn College. I got a master's in theater and broadcasting. And then this guy that I knew at FUV, as a matter of fact, said, so why don't you come and work for me? I'm now working at St. John's University. And I said, oh, fine. So what am I doing there? He says, I don't know, just come in. We need someone to help me out. So I began my career here in 1970. And I was here for about a year, and then someone who I went to graduate school with kept calling me and saying, Ozzy, are you sure you don't want to work for this kiddie show I'm doing? I said, I don't want to work in kids' TV. I want to make films, you know. And she kept calling me. I know, she kept calling me. And by that time, Sesame Street had aired, and I said, oh, well, that's an interesting show. And I said yes, and I was here only for about a year or two. To start the TV club and do a whole bunch of other things that we used to do here at that time. And I went to Sesame Street, and I was originally the post-production supervisor, and then eventually I became an AD, and then an associate director, and then a director, and blah, 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 blah. And I was with Sesame Street for about 11 years, 10, 11 years, and then 3-to-1 Contact, which is the science show produced by the same group, they got the budget to do season 2, and I said, that's where I'm at. And the executive producer hired me as a director, and I said, I want to be the director only if I can be the asshole behind him. Can I say that?
We'll bleep it out.
Okay, who stands behind, I want to be the producer too. So it's okay, so you're the producer and the director. So I was one of 3 producers, senior producers, and then that took me all over the world, that show, because we found out very early that it was a lot cheaper to shoot abroad than to shoot here, because if we shot, say, in Greece, okay, the Greek airlines would pay for our travel and they would pay for the hotels there. So all we had to pay for was just the crew. Wow. And so it was a lot cheaper to go to Greece, to go to Antarctica, to go to Malaysia, to go to India, to go anywhere. And so I got to see a lot of the world just being there. That's us in Malaysia. That's the crew. That's Judith Webb, and that is Taylor, who's the DP. Well, anyway, so.
Was there a specific moment throughout, like more earlier in your life, where you were like, this is why I want to work? Like, I want to work in production. I want to work in radio or TV. Like, was there a specific, like, light switch moment?
I used to, when I was a teenager, this is a little weird, please, do not think it's too weird, but when I was a little kid, not a little kid, I was already like maybe in my early teens, I would sit in the John, and I would imagine that I was on television, and I would sit there in the John, you know, and I would say, good morning and welcome to, and of course I would do it so my parents wouldn't hear me, because they would think it was really weird that their son was in the bathroom talking to himself, but I was imagining TV, you know, and that was long before. So I guess it was always somewhere, you know, in there.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing that it came from that far back. Like, it was truly, like, it's almost like it's a part of you at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I saw TV. The woman next door, this is back in Cuba, she had bought a TV set. It was the first time that I had seen TV. It was both black and white, and there was a baseball game on. And so the whole block went over to her house, and I was in the back there to watch a baseball game, but there was something wrong with her TV set, and the picture was upside down. And but somehow no one cared. Everybody was going like this, you know, and so it was always something. And then when we came here, we got a TV set, and then a color TV set. Color TV, imagine that. So you know, so I don't know. I mean, I always liked directing because I like telling stories, as you can obviously tell by now. I like telling stories, and that to me is my favorite avocation, you know, whether it be through photography or through motion pictures or in TV, is telling a story. That to me is what is important.
And now that you're departing from St. John's, what's your next step? Are you going to try and get back to that? I'm
going to sit in the street corner and tell stories to whoever passes by. No, I might be working on a project that a friend of mine is working with me on, and it's an animated live action thing. It's a series, and I would like to really go out and take a lot more pictures, you know, and just put them up someplace and travel a little bit more. Like I've been to Australia, I've never been to New Zealand, but
yeah, you've got to travel so much with 321 Contact.
Yeah, but it was always for work, you know, and
yeah.
You get to know people that way. But I like to just go and see things, you know, more.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, I know I speak for the whole club, both past and present, when I say we are very, extremely grateful for everything you've done for WRED-TV over the years. This would not exist if it weren't for you. Like, you played a key role in bringing all of this together.
And it's been so cheap, hasn't it?
And we are very, very excited for all of your future endeavors.
Good.
We really appreciate everything that you've given this whole university. All right, so that's enough of the emotional stuff. Let's get into some games. So, Ozzy, before the show, we asked you to send in a few pictures of yourself from over the years in unique situations. We're going to pull them up, and we're going to ask you to set the scene on what's going on. Does that sound good?
Sure. You mean that's the game we're going to play?
Oh, that's one of.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
All righty, so let's bring up the first picture from our producers.
Okay. You can, it's okay, in post you can pull this up. Well, the first picture...
So, okay, here we go.
Yeah, well, I doctored this a little bit because I used this for something. This was actually a few days before those things ceased to exist. And I used to have an airplane, and I'm a pilot. And,
Really?
and that's me, that's actually an early selfie that I shot of myself in the airplane.
So one hand was on the wheel, the other hand's on the camera?
That's in the Hudson Corridor. It's you can fly up to 1,200 feet going south on the New Jersey side, and then you make a U-turn by the Verrazzano's Bridge, and you fly north on the New York side at 1,200 feet. Not 900 because that's where the helicopters are, but at 1,200 it's okay. So that's that one.
All right, let's bring up the next picture.
I forget her name, but she, this was in Malaysia, in Borneo, and this was a halfway house for orangutans that had been raised in captivity, and they were reintroducing them to the wildlife. And,
wow.
and she had one arm only, that arm. And she was, while we were shooting there, she grabbed me with her one arm and she was pulling me into the bushes, you know, and I didn't mind because she was a very nice person. I mean, it's just like she was just, I knew she wasn't going to, so,
yeah, look at those eyes.
But the people that worked there said, oh, no, 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 you know, and they took her and they put her inside the cage, which to them is like a punishment. And I went over to the cage and she just extended her one arm out. And I mean, I love this. It's just like, this is the best friend I've made, and I would like to know if she's still alive, you know, because
yeah, if you know the reservation, I mean,
well,
like,
it's a halfway house in
yeah.
I forget the name of it, but
well, actually, they might have
but it's still there,
then,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful picture.
This is at the Space Center in Houston. Yeah, and that's the rockets. We did a whole bunch of stories there with the astronauts and the whole thing, and that's just
awesome.
me posing there. That's one of the rockets. So.
All right, let's see the next picture.
We can pull this one up too. Oh, there you go. Hey, Dr. Rabbit. This is a commission that we got from Colgate-Palmolive to do an animation about the importance to kids of cleaning their teeth and defining what plaque was and the whole thing. And it's like a 3-minute long film. And I wrote and directed this animation. The animator himself is from Brazil. I forget his name now, but he's in Sao Paulo. And he did a great job. And just to write an animation and to direct all of the voices is just fantastic. It's just, I loved it, you know, just because you're directing this guy, you know, and the voice that goes with him, you know. So it's a.
Was that your first time voice acting?
Directing
voice acting.
Well, I've done some voice acting too, but no, yeah, that was the first. No, that wasn't the first time, but that was one of the first times that I directed for cartoons.
All righty, let's pull up that next picture.
Yeah.
And two icons right there.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the scene for this specific picture?
This is actually very recent, not too recent, but this is now in the 90s or so. This is maybe with that yellow guy, and this is over in like a garden place over in Harlem, some place here in New York. Well, we were doing a shoot there too.
Gotcha, and that was for the show. That wasn't for anything extraneous.
No, that was for the show. It was Big Bird Goes to a Garden, and you know, and their kids there and all that. I was directing there.
Nice.
Yeah.
All righty, let's see the next picture now. Oh, that's the last one.
Oh, that's it, huh?
All right, that's all the pictures we have for you. Ozzy, your stories never fail to amaze me. I feel like you should definitely have your own reality TV show or some kind of biopic. Well, all right, we're gonna go play another fun game. This one's called What'd He Say? But first, a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in a minute. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now we're going to play that little game of What'd He Say? So basically how this game works is that we're going to give Ozzy a hip or slang term from present day, and he's going to have to guess what it means. How are you feeling about this, Ozzy? How do you think you're going to deal with it?
Not sure, but I can tell you one hip term from the current day that I found out recently what it means.
Well, which one's that?
Oh, I forget.
All right.
Dope.
Well, alrighty, so that may or may not be on the list. So let's get right to this game and let's get to that first word that we have today. All right, the first one is brick, and it's an adjective.
Brick.
Yes.
Brick.
Yes.
It's an adjective.
Yes.
You're a hell of a brick to put up with.
No?
No, adjective. He ran like a brick?
We're not looking
No, that's
for
a noun.
usage. We're looking for
A meaning.
definition. Yes.
I don't know.
Alrighty. This one means very cold. So, like, you know, oh, it's bricks out today.
Oh, really?
Yes. This one's a lot more common, I think, in New York than other places. Alrighty, let's see what the next one is. Next one is dope. Good thing we're getting it out of the way.
Which means cool.
Yes, it does. It
No,
means cool.
Or
Or awesome, as we have it here.
awesome, which is another one. You know, it's like, oh, awesome, man. Just like, oh, come on, everything is awesome. You know, just like, not really. I'm not an icon. You know.
Yes,
just
you
like,
are. You are as dope as it gets.
I'm awesome.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, right. I'm
Alrighty.
dope.
Next one we have is a noun. It's a different way to use the word bread.
Red or read?
Bread, as in the food.
Oh, bread. I'm sorry. Bread.
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
Oh.
Money.
Oh, that's been around forever. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see the next one. Alrighty, receipts. This is another noun.
Receipts.
Yes.
Receipts. Receipts. Things done. Things that you have done.
You're on the right path.
Your actions, your past actions, the
Yes.
things that have stayed with you for life and that you wish that hadn't.
You're very close. I'm gonna give it to you.
Good.
I'm gonna give it to you. What receipts are? That's when evidence of someone's hypocrisy.
There.
Yeah, where you do something and then you act another way, and they're like, oh, here's the receipt, like of you being this other way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a receipt person you are. No, I've got all your receipts, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Alrighty, so now this one's a verb: spilling tea or spilling the tea.
Spilling the tea. Telling the truth.
Yes, but no. So we're looking for something more like a little bit more specific.
Well, spilling the tea couldn't be any more specific than spilling the tea, you know. But saying something that you shouldn't be saying.
Also kind of true.
Well, give it to me then.
All right, it's gossip or sharing drama.
Oh, okay.
You were real close.
You're
on the
spilling
train
the tea,
tracks.
man. Okay,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Alrighty. The next one we have is thickaka. Thick
What?
with 3 C's and no K.
Thickaka?
It's an adjective. Thickaka.
Thickaka?
Yes.
Thickaka?
Yes.
Oh, thickaka, oh, thickaka,
And it-
oh, one night got oh, thickaka.
Alrighty, so this one is also an adjective.
I haven't got a clue. Thickaka?
Alrighty, well, it's the pronunciation. It is thick. Like,
Thick.
that is, the word is thick, but it's the pronunciation of it.
Thickaka?
Thickaka.
Thickaka? I have no idea.
Alright, well, it means when someone's, like, curvy in the right places.
Thickaka?
Yes.
Hey, thickaka.
No, it's someone is thickaka. It's more commonly used as just thick. When someone has nice curves.
All right.
Yeah, it's just someone
Okay.
is thick. And it's commonly spelled like that.
Well, when someone is thick doesn't mean that, I tell you.
Alrighty, the next one we have is to cop. It's a verb.
To cop, to steal, to get.
Yes, to get or to buy, to
Yeah,
acquire.
right.
on.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Alrighty, yeah, to buy and acquire. Alrighty, let's see what the next one is. Ghost. That's another verb, also used as to ghost or ghosting.
Ghosting. Oh, like looking over someone's shoulder?
No.
No, ghost.
Good thought.
Learning. Not in the way that we use ghost around here.
No. What do ghosts do?
Well, actually, I know what ghosts do because I've seen a few, but I'm not going to say that.
Another story.
They scary?
No, it's completely disappearing after hanging out or like having a connection with someone. Like if we're friends and I just leave for the next year, that would be ghosting.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so Jordan ghosted.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, thickaka.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Alrighty. The next one we have is to throw shade. Another verb.
Throw shade. To
Yes.
hide something. No, not even close, huh?
No, more of the opposite.
Oh, not to hide? To reveal something, to open up, to reveal, to be honest, to throw shade, to tell someone something about someone else, to say, here is the shade
Yeah, yeah.
Let me throw shade on Thickica, you know.
Well, it's making a not so passive aggressive comment. Like you're very aggressive, but not so passive about it.
To shade.
Yeah, to shade someone.
Don't shade me, man.
Oh, I never would. I never would.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah. Next one we have.
How many of these are there?
I think 14.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many we've done so far, but now we have bay. It's a noun.
Bay?
Yes.
Bay.
And I can say this: you have a bay. I know that you have a bay.
I have a bay?
Yes.
I have a baby?
No, not well.
A son?
No, not a son.
I have a son.
It comes from like a shortening of baby, but it does not mean a child.
Oh,
it'd be a little weird if it did.
A wife or a girlfriend?
Yeah, significant other.
Okay.
And then it also stands for before anyone else. Alrighty, so let's see the next one. All right, John. This is one of my favorite Philly words.
Yeah.
It's a noun.
When I was learning how to speak English, that used to be spelled with a Y, and I would pronounce it John. I'm joining. and my teacher said, Ozzy, it's not ja. That's for Jello. It's yeah, and that's how I learned English. So now you're throwing me back to
exactly.
Man, I didn't speak too much. I knew that John was John and the Yankees were the Yankees. John, noun. John, and has nothing to do with jaundice, with being thin, with sickly.
I'll give you a usage of it. It's something like "Give me that John," or like "That is a nice John."
Oh, give me that John. Give me that look.
It's a little bit of a little tricky one.
Is it a look?
It's actually just a thing.
A thing.
It's just another word for noun, basically, where it can mean anyone or anything.
Who uses these words?
It's a Philly one.
Have you ever used that word?
I haven't, but I hear it a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, give me that John.
Exactly like that.
Wow, I'm amazed.
Alrighty, this next one is a noun it's a noun for a verb.
What is it? Backseat?
All right, backseat bingo.
Backseat bingo. From Philly too?
No, this one's actually a more older one.
Backseat bingo.
Yeah, it's a little bit more old-fashioned.
Backseat bingo. Okay. Does anybody know what backseat bingo is? Please write. It's a hashtag.
So knowing that it's like an older one maybe.
It's just someone in the backseat that's appealing to you. No, You
are very close.
Right. You keep looking in the rearview mirror and they say, wow. No?
So both people are in the back seat for this one.
Both people?
Yes.
Oh,
no one is necessarily in the front seat.
Carrying on in the back seat and you're going, oh! Right?
No, intimate actions in the back seat of a car.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, well, no one's in, like, mostly, I'd hope the car isn't driving, because that'd be a little, it'd either be illegal or weird.
Yeah, there should be a comment. Backseat, bingo! You know?
Alrighty, let's see the next one. I believe this next one's the last one. Goat, and it's a noun.
Goat. Well, I know that if you're goading me, you're like egging me on. You're pushing me.
That is the older. It's now been reappropriated, kind of. It's now actually used as an acronym, if that helps.
Oh yeah, it's like
yes.
It's like dope for cool. A goat is like a thing like that.
Yes.
And it's a noun.
Yes.
Well, goat is a noun.
It's an acronym. So it's 4 words, and you know.
Oh, that's an acronym.
Yes.
GOAT.
Yes.
Go. Oh, I mean, this is Jeopardy now. Go on and.
No.
No. Okay.
I'll give you one more try at it.
Just give me the one of the letters. Just give me a vowel.
All right. The vowel is of. Of all are the 2 vowels.
Of all. Oh, greatest of all time.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then also you as well, because you are the goat of this club.
Oh.
Alrighty, and that's the last one that we have. That was so much fun. And you did very well, Ozzy. I'm surprised. Yeah.
Oh, do I get any money for this?
No, no money.
Oh, there's no prize?
But you do get bragging rights.
Bragging rights
is the best prize.
All right. Okay.
So how do you feel about your slang knowledge with all that? You proud of yourself?
Yeah, yes. Oh, I'm very proud of myself.
Yes, and
yes.
I'm sure you're making the family proud as well. This is your greatest accomplishment. Doing well on what he say.
Okay, great.
Well, now we have one last quick game plan.
Oh.
And now for anyone who may not know Ozzy, he's quite notorious for not remembering anyone's name, including people that he has known for an extended period of time. Now, there's no need to feel bad, Ozzy. It's something that we love about you, but we decided to make it into a game. Alrighty, so we're going to play Who's That TV Club member, and we're going to show Ozzy pictures of the TV Club e-board and members who have been around for a while and see if he can correctly guess their names. Are you ready?
After a commercial or? Oh.
No, right now.
Oh, right now. Oh, boy. Okay.
Alrighty, are you ready for picture one?
I might as well be.
Alrighty, so let's see that first picture. Alrighty, who do you think that one is?
That's Jordan.
That's Jordan?
With an A.
Yes, with an A,
yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see the next one. Alright, who's that?
That's Michael.
We don't have a Michael.
No, hold on. I can't see him too well with a thing. That's a guy that's in the control room right now.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
He's actually working the prompter.
I know, and we had a great chat back there before. He's from Huntington, Long Island.
Yes, but he's from North Jersey, but...
Okay.
So, but what, do you know his name or no?
Help me. Toby.
Anthony or Tony?
Tony, of course.
Yes, of course.
Hi, Tony.
Alrighty, let's see the next one. Alrighty, now who's that one?
That's not you. That's not you.
No, that is me. A little bit of a curveball back when I had 14 inches
right.
of hair.
And the hair that you donated.
Yes, I did donate that.
Ah, I see. Okay, that's Jordan with an O.
Yes, Jordan with an O.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's see that next one.
That's Missy.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Right on, easy one now.
That's
Let's
Missy with a
one.
Y, too. You know.
Yes.
Oh, that's Delilah. Yeah.
There you go, yeah, Delilah.
Yeah, I always remember the song when I remember of Delilah.
That's a mnemonics, however you need to remember. Let's see that next one, or?
That's it. Oh.
Oh, no, we have one more.
That's Kayla.
Kyla. Very close.
Skyla, Kayla,
Yeah, you had dyslexia for a moment. It's all good.
It's all right.
Alrighty, let's see. And that's the last one that we had.
Hey,
and
I knew them all. Oh, I'm sorry.
Except for Tony.
I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. Now I will never forget your name, Tony.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm very impressed. You know, well, that's all that we have for our show today. Thank you so much for being here, Ozzy.
Okay.
I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you, and I really hope that you don't forget us. Don't forget us little people again.
Okay, you'll be big people, I tell you. You know, so.
Well, if you would like to keep up with our content, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below to stay up to date with all of our latest content as well. And also be sure to check out our website for information regarding our annual banquet. Banquet is coming. And until next time, have a good evening, everyone.